Just keep your eyes closed. And just see the truth of these statements that I am sharing with you now. So many of these ideas you have been sharing for a long, long time. And ask yourself, are you being the self who you are? Or unconsciously relying on an idea, a thought, a concept, a help from the book or a speech or some type of a teaching. Are you being yourself? Or unconsciously there is a dependence on a thought or an idea, still looking for some type of direction, help, initiation, hint of some kind or other to be the self. As the ASHTAVAKRA Gita, as you have seen, very beautifully says, Karmana abhyasa rupina moksham na vindati. The one who is, instead of being himself, instead of being the self, who is unconsciously engaging himself in various practices, actions of many kinds, wherein he is searching for himself in a physical action, listening to a particular sound or not listening to a sound, touching something or avoiding the touch, seeing something or avoiding the sight, tasting something or avoiding a particular taste, smelling something or denying the particular experience. In all these physical actions, at the level of the senses, or physical actions like walking, climbing, swimming, lifting, whatever actions you do, who you are is not the product of any action or inaction. Inactivity also is a sort of activity in which the ahankar, the I thought, takes pride. Somebody takes pride in, I speak a lot. Other person takes a pride in, I never speak. Somebody takes a pride that he can walk hundreds of kilometers, or all the time on the move, yet another person can take pride in just being in one place, being proud that he has never moved out of that place. Same thing in relation to every physical action or even your subtle thoughts. To be yourself, there is no need for a particular thought, nor you need to dismiss your thought. No action. Action means movement. Chalanatmika kriya. Any movement or even choosing not to move on both the type of activities, physical movement or immobility. Physical, sense organ level, thoughts of various kinds, emotions, intellectual speculations, concepts, religious faiths and ideas. Either holding on to them or rejecting them. Both are not needed to be the self. To be who you are. Nothing is needed. Nor the presence of anything, be it an action, perception, thoughts, memories, ideas. Their presence or absence. Doesn't anyway interfere with your being who you are. You see this very clearly. You don't have to move away from your home, seeking for this reality. Nor do you feel restricted to move about in the whole universe. Not only the planet, all over, the whole creation. Because your being who you are, unaffected by staying in one place or moving around all over, your being who you are doesn't depend upon not seeing anything or seeing everything or seeing a particular something. This is a principle, a formula. You can take it for yourself. Your being yourself doesn't depend upon staying with one thought or changing thoughts or moving with all thoughts or having no thoughts. Irrespective of the condition of your mind, irrespective of the sense perceptions of million kinds and physical activities of every kind or their absence, no way influences you being who you are. And that is yourself, the meditation. So meditation, who you are, is an unconditioned existence. No conditions apply. Absolute freedom. It's like the space. Whether it is morning or evening, day or night, dawn and dusk, summer or winter, young or old, crowded or isolation, the space is same. You are the same. The self, the awareness, call it Chetana, consciousness, Atma, Brahma, and whatever name you choose, or you don't choose, no name required. It remains ever the same. Your body is young or old, healthy or diseased. The world is a continuous changing landscape, whether it is summer or winter. Whether there is a flood or a drought. It's a desert or a lush valley. Wherever and wherever it is, and whatever may be the time, whatever may be the condition of your body, senses, and your mind, you remain unaltered, unchanged, eternally fresh. Always the meditation, the immortality, existing at all times, all places, as it is. No conditions can negate it. No condition can create or invoke it. It's always there. Now please chant few verses. So we shall continue. Yes. See these things and please see that effortlessness of it. You don't have to do anything. You don't open your mouth. You don't have to move your limbs. There is no need to trigger, invoke a thought. Nor there is a need to be afraid of the appearance of a thought, the condition of the body, or the conditions, ever-changing conditions of the world around. That is why pralayena vethanti cha, such people who recognize this reality, in srushti, in creation, they don't exalt. In resolution, pralaya, the whole thing is going to be resolved and dissolved. No vethanti, there is no hint of misery, helplessness. Those are the inevitable changing condition of the universe. The growing, changing body, senses, as well as the thoughts. And who you are, effortlessly changeless, eternally fresh. Sargepi naupajayante, pralayena vethanti cha. With the creation you are not created. With the macrocosmic dissolution you are not dissolved. You remain all the time the same. In your waking, dream, deep sleep. Your waking dismisses your dream and sleep. Your dream displaces waking and sleep. The sleep overwhelms waking and dream. Who you are, consciousness, remain the same in waking, dream, deep sleep. Yet in you, there is no waking, there is no perception. In being the consciousness, you don't need a perception. In you, there is no dream. You are not a dream because there is not a projection. Dream is a projection. There is no projection in you. You are not a projection. Nor there is a sleep because there is no ignorance. So when you, who you are, the consciousness, effortlessly in the perception, projection, resolution, representing waking, dream, deep sleep. Yet in you there is nothing, no waking, no dream, no sleep. Effortless state. Yes, absolutely nothing needs to be done. But to maintain your body, to live in this world, to pick up ideas, billion things needs to be done. And you happily do all this. Why? Because you don't need to do anything to be yourself, to be happy. You no more do things to be happiness. You are happy to do anything. Happy to wake up, happy to dream, happy to sleep. Happy to eat anything and everything. But no more you are searching for something to be happy. No more you are looking for something, to see something, hear something, touch something, taste something, smell something, or physically travel to a place or do something, walk, swim, climb, mentally you want to engage yourself with a thought or no thought in order to be the happiness itself. So see the beauty of it. So when you come to this self-knowledge, you want to understand these things, don't come here to pick up a new practice, a new thought, a new idea to rely on. Not something, looking for something exclusive so that you can stun people with the fancy ideas. The search ends. The seeking finished. Like Bhagavan Rama is instructed by Vasishtha, his guru. Rama asked, when shall I find the Vishranti, absolute restfulness? Like Meru Srunga Ambudaiva, like the clouds perched on the peaks of the mountains. The heavy rain cloud hover around, just settled on the peaks of the mountain. There is total immobility, as though they have reached the destination, nowhere to move anymore. That is how you are. There is nowhere to move anymore for searching for happiness. No more, there is a need, an urge to do something, to be better than who you are. To see something, hear something, touch something, to be better than who you are, or to be happier than what already you are. You are settled in yourself. There is no more any urge out of any need, dissatisfaction, emptiness, but a happy, fulfilled living. You are happily going about, and therefore you can happily drop out. Time cannot cut your life short because you are eternal. Nothing cuts your pleasure short. Nothing diminishes your infinite dimension. Nothing adds to it. Because who you are, na vardate na kanyan, neither you increase nor you decrease. And that is the sense of effortlessness. It is not some poetry, some speculative philosophy or thinking. It's a description of one's own being, who you are. Indescribable, yet ageless descriptions. Never ending. Yet, why talk about it? Shut up. So the verses are so beautiful. Mukam karoti vachalam. Vachalam mukam karoti, mukam vachalam karoti. When you see this, the dumb suddenly becomes garrulous, stunned, inspired by the infinite presence. The wonderment bursts forth through so many words. Or the wonderment stuns him. What is there to talk? So please see that. Okay? This is ASHTAVAKRA GITA. This is not Tattva classes. Please read, we'll talk about it. Read this. Continuously, 2-3 verses read. Napno 36 verse. Napnoti karmana moksham. Napnoti karmana moksham. Vimodho vyasarupinam. Vimodho vyasarupinam. Dhanyo vijnana matrena. Dhanyo tishthati avikriyah mudho napnoti tad brahma yato bhavitum icchati anichannapi dhirohi parabrahma swarupavak niradharagraha vyagra muda sansara poshakaha etasyanarthamulasya mulacheda kruto buddhi nashantim lavate mudaha yatas samitumicchati dhirastatvam vinischitya sarvada shantamanasa nashantim lavate mudaha yatas samitumicchati dhirastatvam vinischitya sarvada shantamatmanasa. So nothing you can do, just see that point again and again, because nothing you can do to be the self. Why this is emphasized again and again at this stage? Because for the longest time in life, from childhood until you have grown up, 30, 40, 50, whatever, the whole emphasis is on do something, achieve something, which is but natural. Because in a relative world, you cannot just be and then become a PhD. You just can't sit down and be a top musician. You can just do nothing and you're a top football player or swimmer. You can do nothing and suddenly you are on the top of the Mount Everest. That doesn't work. Naturally, as children, we are learning to do something in order to achieve something. Why? Because, listen carefully, there are two types of goal in life. One is sadhya, other is siddha. Sadhya is which is to be reached. Sadhya, which is to be reached, to be gained, to be attained. You are a sadhaka, you are the one who is a goer, traveler, one who is willing to reach a destination. Listen carefully, willing to reach a destination. And there is a sadhya, a destination to be reached. When there is a distance between sadhaka and sadhya, the traveler and the destination, you cannot escape sadhana. Very nicely, please listen. When there is a distance between sadhaka and the sadhya, the traveler and the destination, sadhana is a must. You are in Madras, you want to go to Odisha, Bhubaneswar, Puri. There is a distance between where you are and where you should be. So simply sitting down here, just be. In Madras, just be where you are. How are you going to reach Puri? Don't confuse the issues. In relative world, since there is a distance between sadhaka and the sadhya, traveler and the destination, yes, sadhana is a must. You have to go to Puri. You have to use a means of knowledge. You have to use a means. What is that? Thousands of ways. Walk, roll, take a flight, train, car, motorbike, cycle, bullock cart, hundreds of ways. Listen carefully. You can't say, just be there in Madras and you are in Puri. No, that will not happen. It's a distance. Listen. This is a sadhya. So sweet. This is a sadhya, a destination in the external universe. External to my body. My body is here. This external universe. The place is external to my body. Place is very much in Madras, but is not in Puri yet. So you have to go there. There is a distance. Therefore, you have to travel the distance by something. Simply sitting down, you cannot reach. Even at this level, you look at it. A point in space is your destination. From one point in space to another point in space, there is a distance. What is distance? Distance is distance between 2 points in space. So you are in one point in space, you want to go to yet another point in space, there is a distance, it has to be covered. You are a sadhaka, and the place to be reached is sadhya, sadhana must. Okay? See it in the body level itself, physical level itself. Suppose, where you are is in this space here. So you want to reach space itself, not a point in space. What is the distance between the person who is in space and the space? No distance. Since there is no distance between sadhaka and sadhya, the space is siddha, already reached. Are you getting that? The space is already reached. So if the space is already reached, what is the sadhana? What is the effort you should undertake to reach space? You have to remove one delusion that you are not in space. Are you getting that point? Make it very, very easy. Since you are already in space, space is siddha vastu. There is no distance between the sadhaka and the siddha. I want to be in space, I am in space. No distance. What sadhana you did? Walking? Shall you walk there, fly there, meditate, swim, crawl? However exotic or prosaic the activity may be, activity is not needed. Okay? Listen. Same way. Now come to mind. Physically, you are in a place, you want to be in a place. Now, go into your mind. You are somebody and you want to be somebody. Change the language. Do you understand the changing language? Here you are in point in space, you want to be another point in space. Destinations outside. You don't want to be Puri, neither you are Madras. But in your mind, the thought is what? I am unhappy, I want to be happy, right? The confusion is come in the identity. I am uneducated, I want to be educated. I don't know physics, I want to be a physicist. So this I is the sadhaka. What is sadhya? Physicist, mathematician. literature, painter, musician, magician, even the gross game like football and tennis, physically you play, but the training is in mind. The subtler you are, the greater player you shall be. Listen carefully. So the I is the sadhaka. I am nobody. Think how it begins. I am nobody. I want to be somebody. I am not comfortable with being a nobody, with no role, not knowing anything, ignorant. There is a distance between your being uneducated and being educated. Now, where is the distance? See that. See very clearly. Where is the distance? The distance is in having no thought and try to pick up certain thoughts. Where are these thoughts? Thoughts are now at this moment latent, potential in the book, in the object outside. Certain aspect of the creation you understand, physicist. Certain other aspect, botanist. Certain other aspect, zoologist. Same world, huh? Same body. Are you getting that point? It is so amazing. The same body. Somebody trains it as a swimming. In swimming, swimmer. Football player, football. Same body. Huh? Do you use a different body? One body for swimming, another body for painting, another body for music, another body for same body. Football, mountain climbing, same body. For the yoga, yogic body, same body. For drinking, gambling, stealing, same body. Understand? Same body is used. If your mind is not trained, the thought is not there. I don't know swimming. So use the body. So you want to be a swimmer. So you train the body. Takes time. There is a distance between sadhaka and sadhya. I am just nobody, I want to be a swimmer. There is a distance. Distance in what? Not knowing and knowing, not learning and learning. I have to learn it in time. Also, go to a place where the water is available to swim. Just I am giving an example. I can give you billions of examples, okay? Then the whole class will be over with billions of examples. So you have some intelligence, I give you one point, you think over it. Whatever is convenient to you, and see that for yourself. So there is a distance between I, thought, sadhaka, sadhya. You don't say, I want to be me. You say, I want to be swimmer. I want to be educated. I want to be mountain climber. I want to be magician, musician. Now, just like you get tired of traveling from Madras to Orissa, some people give up in the middle. Enough. Some people try to be musician. First 2 days, third day, boring. That's not for me. Some people with enthusiasm want to be a long distance runner. So first thing you purchase, best shoes, best dress, best pant, best everything. And hand also one tight thing here, another tight thing here, The dress is ready. First day, dressed up, photograph, running. Second day, 4 o'clock, no, 4:30. It's all right today, Friday, no. Saturday, Sunday, we'll go tomorrow. Finish. Why? Because there is a distance and you are bored. Not many people can have that. Same thing mentally. Few years you study science, nah. Then arts, no. Medicine, no. Drop out. Why people drop out? There is a distance between sadhaka and the sadhya. Sadhana is boring. It can be boring, it can be very nice if you are interested in the sadhya. And even if you are interested in one sadhya, one particular goal to be reached, once you reach that goal, that does not give you a total fulfillment where you shall say nothing anymore. No. After that. That is why people say, what is your profession? Lawyer. What is your hobby? Meaning I don't enjoy being a lawyer, I enjoy painting, music, dancing, chanting. Listen carefully. So as even this sadhaka, I get tired of the sadhana, the traveling, the means, the efforts to reach the destination. When he gets tired of one, then somebody tells him, go to religion. So what happens? Yoga, be a yogi, physically, I'm talking about physical standpoint. Physical standpoint. You must do some physical activity. What is it? Religious physical activities? Yoga. Physical activities, yoga. For somebody, ritual. Sit down in front of the fire for 5 hours, 4 sides fire, sun from the top, now Pancha Agni Vidya. If you do that, destination, what? God's grace or something somewhere, or I'll be happy, whatever, we shall see that later on. The person does that. He wants to be a person who wants to be a worshipper, a ritualist, so that he can be happy. Anyway, we'll see that later on. Now I cannot move my limb. I want to be the greatest yoga exponent. Scorpion can be on a posture without shaking for 45 seconds or 45 minutes. That is the goal. That is the goal. After some time, you are tired. But that makes you a yogi, a person who knows how to sit down in a particular posture, but doesn't make you a happy person or a musician or a magician or something like that. So still there is unhappiness inside. Listen. Or mentally, oh, you don't know all these things, you know physics, chemistry, mathematics, but do you know self-knowledge? Upanishads, Vedas? No. So, now Vedas become the destination for the sadhaka. So what should you do? Sadhana. What is sadhana? Chant it, read it, repeat it, listen to it, contemplate on it. Listen. All this becomes actions. Just like I wanted to reach a place outside, now inside you want to be somebody. You are not happy with your being who you are. Listen. So you pick up, you want to be a physicist, mathematician, so pick up the subject. Distance between who you are and what you want to be. Soon you are tired. Now, listen carefully. Now suppose, just like I told you, a point in space, there is a distance to be covered. To be in space, to pick up a role, there is a distance, something to be done. To be yourself, what is the distance? That is why beginning stages, this Tattva, the class is so important. One text is one text which is the criteria number 1, which every person must go through, irrespective of caste, creed, sex, race, age, belief, disbelief, it doesn't matter. Because it talks about, gives you the whole picture. What it means to say this body, what is a gross body, what is a subtle body, what is a causal body, what are the sense organs, or the organs of action. It completely describes all that about you, all that you take to be yourself and who you are. When you see the difference between what all things you take to be yourself is not yourself, because they don't have a sense of I. The body has no sense of I. I say I am the body. Then you know the body is not the place for the I. Even this I thought also is not the place for it. So nothing is dismissed, nothing is added, nothing is taken away, nothing is put and added to. You see the whole thing as it is. So ask yourself, do you still have a goal to be reached? I want to be somebody, then I will be happy. Or I am as I am, the happiness itself. What is the distance between me and myself? So what is the sadhana? But this obsession with the sadhana is so much. The person cannot do it, but he has an enormous value for it. You know, this is something, such a deluding thing. You cannot do it, but you have a huge value for it. Especially the way it is romanticized, or it is confusing. 10 years under a tree, 20 years inside a cave, 5 years fasting, 10 years austerity, 30 years of denial. Time scale. The longer the better it is. More difficult, more alluring it is. Why? Because people have refused to accept it anymore, that this is the easiest thing to be. To pick up a role is difficult. To be, understand? There was a great novelist in America, I think his name was Sinclair Lewis. At this moment you may not know his name, forget it. Just a novelist. Just take an exam, doesn't matter who. That a story is attributed to his life. Right, wrong, good, I don't know, neither you know. We are not interested, doesn't matter. The story is this. There was a great novelist. And there are students of literature. So the college administration invited the great novelist to give the students a talk on art of writing. And when he was asked to talk, he came to the college and asked the student community. All the students were in front of him. How many of you want to be writers? He was surprised. Every hand went up. All hands went up. And he smiled and he said, if all of you want to be writers, everybody, yes. I said, fantastic, it makes my life easy. Go home and write. Listen carefully. My question to you. How many of you want to be yourself? Every one of us. Suppose everybody said, yes. Why? I'm tired of being this, I'm tired of being that. No. I want to be myself. Just me. By habit, you shall ask the question. But how? Did I ask you to be or to question? To be, should you question? How many of you are interested in being yourself? All of us. Just be. Habitual, I will say. Then how? Did I ask you to be or to be a questioner? You are making yourself a questioner. You are not being. Appreciate. The mind whispers. The ahankar, the I thought whispers. If I ask you, what do you want to be? I want to be a swimmer. I say, everybody you must be a swimmer. How? I can understand. Okay, get out of this place, put on a swimming trunks, put on floater so that you don't drown, get into water and start flapping, try to get out something. I want to be a literature. I want to learn study literature. Okay, go study, learn the language. Which do you want to? Oriya, Hindi, Sanskrit, Italian. Whatever language you want to learn, pick up the alphabets, do that, study the books, right? What do you want to be? A mountain climber. Okay, go start climbing your steps in your house first. Then little 1-story, 2-story, 3-story buildings. Then go to little fort. Then little hillocks. Then hills, mountains. I can understand then how. But tired of being so many things in life, now you sit down and say, I want to be myself. To be the self, what language must you learn? What thoughts must you pick up? What ideas you must hold on? What language you should pick up? Sanskrit? Hindi? Latin? To be a Sanskrit scholar, pick up Sanskrit. To be a Latin scholar, pick up Latin. To be a musician, put up music. Learn music. Language of music. Language of science. To be the self. Abhyas rupina karmana moksham na apnoti. You cannot do anything. Forget making that action a habit, a ritual, including your studies, your contemplation, your meditations. What thought should you have? To be the self. To be ahankar, you should have I thought. Listen carefully. To be ahankar. To be the ego, to be the ahankar, you must have an I thought. But to be the self, it's like for this flower to be, what name it should have? For the flower to be, should it have a name? But for the name to be, this should be already there. For a name to be, a thing should be there, or it should be a meaningless word. But the object will not be meaningless because it doesn't have a name. Are you getting that point, please? A word shall be meaningless because it has no meaning. Pusi, kaguri, tuta, sapo. Bujila? Did you understand? Pu, kaguri, tuta, rasi. All nice, all long sentence. Abo, bo, mo, pano, si, toru, pu. Words become meaningless if it doesn't have a meaning. But the object doesn't become meaningless because it doesn't have a name. Because it doesn't have a name, water will not quench your thirst. But drink pakasa. Drink pakasa. Somebody, I am very thirsty. Drink pakasa. Oh, what is pakasa? Pakasa. Drink. Even to say drink water also is meaningless if the water, the object, water, the name doesn't have the object. But the object don't become meaningless because it doesn't have a name. You don't become meaningless because you don't have a name. Nor you become meaningless because you don't have a role. That is why are you afraid when your roles are taken away? Everybody wants to stick to. I want to be the governor, I want the prime minister, I want to... Why? Because so self-insufficient. Not self-sufficient. Self-inadequate. Insufficient. Empty. That's why desperate to hold on to a post, hold on to something. Why? Without it, I'm nobody. You forget. If people recognize you for your riches, without riches you are a cipher. If people recognize you because of your position, without that position you are a cipher. As much you are desperate to hold on to the position, people shall be desperate to take you away from that position. Because they want that position, no. Why? There are intrigues. The kings are killed. The religious leaders are destroyed. Where there is inheritance. Wherever there is inheritance. Church intrigue. Religious institutions intrigue. Political intrigue. Why? One is desperate to hold on, other is desperate to push it out. You consider the time is conspiring against you because your body is dying. You consider the God is unjust because your body is dying. But if you are happy with yourself, the body is growing, not dying. One day is finished. What finished? Disintegrates. How can God be unjust? The truth be unjust. Understand the point. I am not talking God sitting on somewhere. God means the name which is in and through everything. Okay. Think. So to be the self, what shall you do? What is the sadhana? In Tattvada classes, you can't talk this, huh? Adhikarina bhavanti. Understand? Tattvada class, beginners. That is why, don't confuse. Sitting down here, don't say, but in Tattvada you told that. You guys never get out of the Tattvada. What can I do? Suppose a person doesn't get out of it, what can you do? It's like the 10th standard person telling, sir, when you are telling 4, you are not showing me 4 flowers. Yeah, that's right. Sorry to have such a glorious student. The other day, I overheard a statement. I said, this morning I was writing something on that. Swamiji, Bhagavad Gita was very nice. Until somebody changed my mind about Krishna. When he told me that Krishna was a very naughty, mischievous, permissive boy, I don't like Bhagavad Gita anymore. Extend it. Ramayana was excellent until as long as I thought Rama was an incarnation. But when somebody pointed it out that he killed Bali for no reason and sent Sita for the vanishing to the forest for no reason, I have no respect for him, therefore Ramayana is useless. Now who is now losing? Rama is losing, Ramayana is losing, or you, you are losing? Did you come to Ramayana to have faith in Rama or faith in yourself? Did you come to Bhagavad Gita study to have to know how great Krishna is or Vyasa is, or to know how great you are? And if you don't understand that, Krishna will not lose. But there are many who enjoy the other side of Krishna too. What shall you tell them? Some fellows say, I like Bhagavad Gita because he is a rascal, he is a naughty fellow, that is why I like this. It's a wonderful, look at this. What do you do? Why? Because to be yourself, what shall you hold on to? Nothing. Do you like to be nobody? Not in a negative sense of the term. Come to this knowledge. You want to be somebody in a negative sense of the term. Somebody means what? In being somebody only my importance comes in life. You will be a waster. Because, understand, if you become somebody in relation to a role, no role is the final. There will be a bigger role. Say, you want to be a king, there will be a greater king, lesser king. You want to be a magician, musician, painter, artist, mathematician, historian, geographer, bodybuilder, giving discourse fellow, or twisting your body in million different ways, that will be always better and yours. So you will be in the realm of comparison. Therefore you will be either miserable or arrogant. Arrogantly miserable or miserably humble. You can't escape. But being yourself. So if I ask you, what do you want to be? Oh, I want to be myself. Then just be. How? Huh? Understand? Don't question. Why? I wanted you to be. You want to be the self or to be the questioner? Do you get that point? You want to be? Yes. Listen, you want to be? Yes. Then study all the Gita Upanishads. Listen carefully. You want to be Shastri? Or you want to be yourself? When you learn these things, there are two ways. One is, learn, go beyond the words. Learn to be familiar with the words. If you learn to be familiar with the words, like you are proud of being a physicist or mathematician, a historian, geographer, you are also proud of being a Upanishadic student, knowing all the shastras, knowing all the grammar. It will be useless. The saving grace of Upanishads is, studying physics you can never be yourself. But when you study Upanishad, there is a chance of being yourself. You study physics to make you a physicist, not to be Brahman. That concept doesn't exist. You study literature to be a literature, not to be the self. If you study Shastras and still not yourself, then you are a Shastri, an informed person. But there is a possibility. That is why initial studies. And having studied, listen carefully, having studied everything, the teacher takes the precaution. Having studied, did the fellow become a Shastri or a Jnani? So he'll question. None of these things are necessary. If you are desperately holding on to your information, you have fallen in love with your images, you will not like it. He gave you the knowledge. He asked you to drop the knowledge. Are you getting that? He gave you the information. He wants you to drop the information to be yourself. No, but you are very selective. Now you have become greater teacher than the teacher. How can he ask you to drop himself? Doesn't know anything. True. Who gave you that? The Upanishads tells. Take me. Read me. Veda nirvedo bhavati. After some time, I am not the Vedas. Nirvedo bhavati. Nirveda becomes useless. The well in the riverbed, which gave you life in summer, now says, now that the whole river is flooded with fresh water, don't come to me anymore. Anywhere, you drink it. No. The man is very, very dedicated to the falsehood. I want only, I am missing that little well on the riverbed. If the riverbed can come up, what shall I say? What a pain. The Upanishad tells you, see the truth and it's useless. The teacher says, you look at the truth for yourself and move. No, this is all wrong. How can I drop it out of these things? How can I ask me to drop these things? There's something wrong with the teacher. Why? When the teacher wants you to be the self, you want to be an informed scholar. When the teacher wants you to be the self, when the scripture wants you to be the self, you want to be the practitioner of a great meditation or yoga or some information which makes you very exclusive. Such people, Muda, will never understand that. Muda, deluded. Why? Because bhavitum ichchati. He wants to become the truth, become the Brahman, become the reality. By studying, he shall become something. By practicing, he shall become something. Long before you become something, you are. What is more valuable for you? You are waiting to become something when you are the most precious something. So those are the people, when you do not see themselves as reality, that last verse, Niradhara. Wonderful language. Can't believe it. Niradhara, Graha Vyagra, Mudha, Sansara Poshakaha. The descriptions of them given by the ASHTAVAKRA. What I think. These people who want that importance to be themselves, wants to be more important or wants to gain some identity by holding on to something,
They are niradhara. Niradhara means rootless. No adhara, no substratum for their being. Rootless, completely rootless. Understand? Totally rootless. The put on the for the video it is there? Light is there? Oh, okay. Yes, very good. Chalo. This is just like electricity, rootless. Electricity is there, machines will function. No electricity, no function. Ignorant person finds it energy from the roll electricity, fused. Electricity fails. The roll drops. You want to be young and therefore powerful, youth will not last. Fuse. Fuse ud jata hai. Your fuse will gone. You can't be young all the time. You find energy or strength in your position, retire. As much you are crazy to go to that post, there are millions pushing you from the bottom. You shall be thrown out, slowly eased out. Slowly eased out. How life eases itself out. You think of it, friends. In Oriya there is a beautiful saying. In a palm tree, Tala Varada Khasuchi. You know, Tala Varada Khasuchi, the lowest leaves, in the lowest palm leaves falling away. Upara Varada Hasuchi, the top ones, the tender ones, baby ones, smiling and laughing away in the sunshine. The middle one telling, my days are coming. A beautiful example for the whole creation. How we are eased out. A family, think of it, your grandfather was there. Those days were say, your grandfather was so nice, grandmother was so nice because you are a grandchild. So you thought you were so nice because you are a grandchild. Now you are no more a child, you have become a father. The grandparents are gone. You didn't miss their presence because they are all gone. Because your time is now spent in being you becoming the father. You forget that one day, as being grandfather has gone, you will go. Now he became grandfather. Oh, you are enjoying. But your grandfather now suddenly as a grandfather, old man you are dying, or old woman you are dying. Your grandchildren are smiling. Your sons are telling, your children are telling, now our time will come. The old man is gone. It's good. Yes. Time eases you out. So if you have your root in these rootless roles, you shall be miserable. When you have your root in yourself, which is all pervasive in and through everything, Mulacheda Kruta Buddhi, Buddhi, wise people, has taken away these secondary, as though secondary roots. They are removed that ignorance. They are with themselves, they are rooted in themselves, which is unshakable in and through everything. Ignorant person, niradhara, rootless, graha vyagra, and very desperate to accumulate, aggrandize, possess, graha vyagra. Vyagra, very anxious to aggrandize, to possess more money, more positions, more houses, more buildings, more things, more positions. In the process, you shall become a competitor with the other competitors. Therefore, life shall be always a pain. Whoever wins shall gloat. Whoever is defeated, come out. It's like alpha male in the forest, in the monkey group, in the lion's group. The male is ruling. The next generation male come, big fight. The fellow is thrown out. He goes away, isolation, sulking, lying down, dies away. Do you want to live like that? A competitor who is thrown out in the process, or you have no rival, unrivaled. Nothing can displace, nobody can displace you. Absolute happiness all times. Not only you, but whoever is trying in a wrong way, they are also as unrivaled as you are. Therefore you have nothing against anybody or for anybody. Absolutely restful, blissful. Mudaha, mule cheda karta. They have done it. Such people, Atma, or anichannapi dhirohi parabrahma suruvabhak. Anichannapi, such a person, even if he doesn't want, he is parabrahma, all-pervasive consciousness. His root is, he is not dependent on action, result, thoughts, motives, impressions, ideas, nothing. Nothing. Just be. If your mind tells you, how? Tatovada. Go to the first class. Mudaha, samsara poshaka. These are the one who keep the samsara going. You understand? Keep the samsara going, keep the misery going. There is no misery in the samsara without yourself being ignorant and dragging the limitation to yourself and being miserable. The samsara has two meanings. Samsarati the samsara, that which is continuously moving, changing. The creation is continuously changing, moving, like your body changing, moving, thoughts changing, moving. Samsara also samyak sara, where the everything is essential, the essence of everything. Samsara. You can make two meanings. What is his name? Vartruhari Shringar Satakam gives a very romantic meaning. Samsare samyak sare vegati panditanam. Samsare samyak sare. In the samsara, which is samsara as well as samyak sara, there are two ways. I don't want to tell the second line, because then you shall see he was a poet. One is absolutely go into the forest, revel in yourself. Other one is greatest pleasure among the, you have a nice company, call it a female, male, whatever. That is the type of language he talks. Therefore, if you say, the fellow is a rascal, So, sansara poshaka means what? Miserable people. Because for them, looking at them, everybody will say, samsara dukkham. Are you getting that? Looking at them, everybody shall say, ayo, the life is real pain, The person is wise, looking at him, what people will say? Nothing like living in this universe. You see the beauty? In the same world you are. In the same world. But looking at one person, everybody is disappointed. Looking at another person, wow, if this is what life is, why not? So which variety you belong to? It's like some people, so healthy that you have to look at them to know what disease is passing by Madras. If it is conjunctivitis, the eyes are red. If it is flu, if it is cold, if it is viral fever, anything passing by in Madras, they are the barometer. Misery. So some people are like that. Look at them. Raga, anger, hatred, jealousy, dislike, pain, anxiety, short-temperedness, inferiority complex, superiority complex, arrogance, false humility, everything in full measure. Look at them, asho. Then some other people look at him, wow, Balavat Unmatta Vacharet, moving like a baby, absolute innocence. Happy with himself. No role to give up, no role to hold on. Nothing to give up, nothing to hold on. Nothing is hated, nothing is depended upon. Oof. What do you want to be? Do you come to this teaching to hold on to something or to be the self? To hold on to your past? To hold on to the future, on hope and expectations? Or to be stuck on the present? You like it or not, you are unstuck, eternally free. Mulacheda, root, here they removed this root of suffering. Ignorance of themselves are gone. Because aware of themselves as to who they are. Okay? It's amazing verses, sir. Okay. Very good. What? So such a person, dhira, thus who knows this, such a person, dhira, wise man, tattvam vinishchitya, sarvada shantamanasah. Tattvam vinishchitya, having determined the reality, who he is. Listen carefully. Who helps him to determine the truth? One teacher, one scripture. Why shall I say that teacher is right or that scripture is right? All right, what do you want to say? There are so many teachers, go. So many scriptures, read. Who says not? Go. Keep yourself mind free. Keep your mind open. Go everywhere. Study everything. Listen carefully. At the end of the day, you can say, whose version is right? Whoever takes away all your roles, yet does not make you feel empty, that is the one. Not one who gives you a role and makes you feel strong. One who takes away everything, yet you are not naked. He removes all your dresses, all your coverings, yet you are not naked. Because your nakedness is something which no clothes can cover. Aniketaha, sthiramatihi, bhaktiman me priyo naraha. You are homeless. Why? Because you are homeless not because you don't have a home, but because no home can shelter you. Infinity cannot be sheltered in a place. You are naked not because you don't have a dress, because there is no dress to cover you. That is why in Parapuja it comes. When you do the worship to God, previously you started worshipping God. Now you know God is everywhere. So how do I worship Him? Oh Lord, how do I worship You? When there is no distance between the worshipper and the worshipped, there is no distance between the upasaka and upasya, there is no distance between the devotee and the altar. Who is there to worship whom? Only you alone are existing. I am supposed to give you bath. Suddhasya kim snanam. That which is eternally pure. What bath it needs to be made pure. And I am supposed to give you clothes after the bath. Giving you the bath. These are the puja vidhi, the steps of the puja, worship. First you give him a bath. Then, there's a big, that verse we shall see sometimes, so many steps. After giving him a bath, give him a cloth. God, how do I give you a cloth? To dress you up, I must find both hands of yours. How do you dress somebody? Both hands must be there, no? Suppose, you know that, I don't have to talk it, right? In case your midriff is 10 feet and your hand is 6 feet, you can't dress yourself. Suppose you are such a wonderful, healthy person, your midrib is 10 feet and your hand is only 5 feet. Now how do you reach? Dress yourself, let us see. Right. So now you want to dress God who is infinite, all-pervasive. Vishwam, Vastram, Vishwodarasya cha. To provide a cloth to somebody who has the universe in its stomach. So who can give you a robe? Who takes away all your roles but never makes you feel naked. Takes away all your shelter but you are not shelterless. Aniketa. Because you are, no house can shelter you because you are infinite. Not that you are homeless. No dress can cover you, your nakedness, not because you lack dress, but because no dress is there to cover you, can cover you. And why do you put on a dress? Because there are so many limbs to be covered. And the truth is what? Where there is no limbs. Apani padoyam achitya sakti, no hands, no legs, no face, no body, no nothing. What is there to be covered up? That is why when you are with yourself, listen carefully. Somebody can strip your house off. The government, bandits, bomb, homeless. Somebody can strip your clothes off. Oh, I am so naked. A man may feel embarrassed. Somebody can strip your thoughts as though this is your thought, this is your action. How do you strip the all-pervasive awareness? How do you? When you stay there with yourself, whether your world is there or not, your house is there or not, your body is there or not, your thoughts are there or not, your actions are there or not, supreme most, Shantaratmana, Dhira, Vinishya Sarvada Shantamatma, always at peace, because there is no fear of losing anything. There is no fear of losing anything. Nobody can take away nothing from the infinity. Somebody can take away your things, not your satisfaction. Somebody can take away your possessions, not your fulfillment. Somebody can take away your mortal body, but not the immortality. Somebody can ban your thought, but not the consciousness. Think. Santamachati. Whereas the ignorant, Buddha na shantim lavate yatta shamitum ichchati. Buddha shantim na lavate. The deluded person never gets peace. Do you know why? Because he is always looking for peace. Shamitum ichchati. The more you are looking for peace, more restless you shall be. The more you are looking for rest, in your looking for rest, you shall be restless. This man never looks for anything, always happy. And being restful, if he is looking for something in the outside world, what is wrong? Very happy with himself, but looking at the mysteries of the universe. I am immortal, but looking at the trees, looking at the herbs, looking at the minerals, which can keep the body healthy for a long, long time. What is wrong? Long life is not a burden for the immortal. A short life is not a burden for the immortal either, because you are immortal. But relatively, a meaningful longer life is better than the shorter life. Therefore, do something to make the life longer. For whom? For everybody's sake. Let everybody live long. Sarve sukhino bhavantu. Sarve santu niramaya. Sarve bhadrani pasyantu. See that the prayer? The prayer is not, let me be happy. Let me be free from disease. Let me be free from everything. No. Sarve bhadrani pasyantu. Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha. Sarve santu niramaya. Let everybody be happy, because everybody is happiness itself. Sarve santu niramaya. Let everybody free from disease and limitation. Sarve bhadrani pasyantu. Let everybody, may everybody see the auspiciousness, touch the auspiciousness, or whatever the see is auspicious, whatever the touch is auspicious, whatever the taste is auspicious. Are you getting that? Everything is always auspicious and beautiful. Ma kaschit dukha bhagavat. Ma kaschit. Let no Hindu, is it so? Let no Indian, let no man, let no Shudra or Brahmana or Vaishya. Ma kaschit. Kaschit purusha. Kaschit means what? Anybody. Purusha, Stri, whoever. Pasu, Pakshi, animals, human being, the whole creation. Prithvi Shanti, Dvai Shanti, Antariksha Shanti. Let there be peace in the Prithvi, in the earth, interspace, all over space, everywhere. Shanti Reva Shanti. Let everywhere there be peace. Not that those who are not following this Upanishadic tradition, let them die. The non-believers should not exist. They must be either under the earth or inside the water. Mahadeva. What a tradition! The ignorant is already miserable. Why making him more miserable? Huh? The ignorant is already miserable. That is why to punish the ignorant is a waste of time. And trying to punish the wise man is another waste of time. You put him under a tree, Appa, at last there is no responsibility, so how nice it is. Put him inside, no, the fellow is sitting down freely, that is miserable. Put him in the kingdom, it's no problem, kingdom is fantastic. What do you do to such a fellow? You can't punish. Let the body be killed, immortal. You cannot punish the wise. You need not punish the ignorant. Why? Ignorance is punishment enough. Are you getting that? The person who is angry, short-tempered, jealous, he is punishing himself enough. Yesterday I told you, no. One who hates you is not your enemy. Whom you hate is your enemy, and you are your first enemy, because there is a hatred inside you. That you hate yourself, and that is why you hate somebody else. Why do you hate somebody? Because he deprived me of something. When you don't feel deprived, you don't feel deprived, whom shall you get angry with? You take away my home, but you don't make me feel homeless. You take away my riches, you don't make me feel poor. The time takes away my youth, I am eternally young. The thoughts don't come, so what? What can you do? Be somebody, be the self. Dhira, Vinisht Sarvada Shantama, always peaceful himself, always. Read. Vatmano darshanam tasya yad drushtam avalambate dhiratam tam na pashyanti atma pashyanti atmanam abhyayam Kva nirodho vimudasya yo nirvandham karoti vai swaramasya dhirasya sarvada savakrutrimaha. This is amazing verses, sir. Did you see that? Kva atmana darshanam tasya yad drushtam avalambate. Ignorant we talked about. Are you getting that? It's so sweet. You know, it's a continuous revelry in yourself. Continuous. Tasya atmadarshanam kva yaha yat drushtam avalambate. One who sees, one who takes the creation as a reality, drushtam, whatever is drushtam, sprushtam, srutam, whatever is heard, seen, touched, tasted, smelt, meaning the objective universe, not only the whole universe, but your own physical body also, drushtam, seen, prushtam, touched, tasted, smelt, heard. Another sense organ, sense object. Those who take these things to be real, Atmana Darshana Kuta, how can they ever see themselves? If they take the appearance to be the reality, how are going to see the reality of themselves? Because there is only one reality, that is yourself. Every other thing is apparent. You know how the so-called intellectuals, informed people argue? When you say, yourself is the reality, everything is false. Oh, he thinks only his body is the real, everybody's body is... Now, what can you talk to that Gadhe? Because he gives his meaning to the Upanishadic declarations. See, very selfish, you know, very selfish. I am the reality, everything is false. So for him, what is I? Body. So see, these Upanishads will say, one fellow only reality, everything else is false. He says, whatever drushtam, whatever is seen, known. Your body is seen, listen carefully. Your body, the flower is seen, touched, tasted, smelt. Listen carefully. This physical touch, physical taste, physical smell, physical sight, physical sound, is it knowledge? Until it becomes a thought. Listen carefully. This is, you see, seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling. It is a perception. Your thoughts, can it be seen by the eyes? Cannot. Heard by the ears? Cannot. Touched by your skin? Cannot. Smelt by your nose? Cannot. Tasted by your tongue? Cannot. So your thoughts are therefore perceived by organs of perception, or they are known? Do you perceive them as you see the object by your eyes? Or you know, you are conscious. You are conscious of your thought. But you cannot be conscious of the object of the thought without the gross eyes. In Oriya, it is very, in your mother tongue also will be there. I don't know the mother tongue, therefore I don't know how to. In Oriya, we say, in Oriya, Akhi dekhe, mano jane. Inside you know, outside you see. There is a difference between knowing, being conscious, and just sense perception. You can be perceiving everything without knowing. How can you say that? How many of you are feeling the touch of the ground now? Your hand, your tail, I mean whatever it is, your leg is continuously touching the carpet. How for 2 hours you are sitting down here? Are you feeling the touch? Conscious? You are not conscious, but perception is taking place. This experience is continuously taking place. You are not conscious. Thoughts also. Always you are conscious, yet you are not conscious that you are conscious. That is why when you are conscious of your thought at the level of the sense, mind, you remain, physical body sometimes is forgotten. Have you not seen worried people? Totally worried. Somebody comes and takes something from their body, from their house, they don't know. Lost in the thought. Lost in the object, you are lost in, you are not aware of your thought. But you are neither at the level of the body to dismiss your thought, nor you are at the level of the thought to dismiss your body. You are a consciousness which is from whose standpoint you are as much conscious of your thoughts, that much conscious of your body and the world. But for perception to take place, sense organs are needed. You are conscious of the thought of the flower, but you cannot be conscious of a flower unless you go through the eyes. You are conscious of a sound, but you cannot be conscious of a sound outside without the help of the ear. In fact, until the thoughts, until the sense organs come in touch with the sense object, thoughts cannot be created. You are conscious, but no thoughts. Right or wrong? Why don't you tell what is half a kilometer from my village, what is there? And ask me, Swami, you tell me, what is in my bedroom on this second floor, second shelf of the big shelf? Why? I am conscious. You are conscious. But to be conscious of that object, you must see, hear, touch, taste, smell. How beautiful it is. You think of it, that is a body is such an amazing instrument. Keep it going best possible way. Nice yoga, nice asanas, nice exercise. Keep the body in a good shape, but don't try to be immortal through the body. That will not work. Pick up all the thoughts, more information, relative knowledge, but that will not give you the absolute knowledge. Nothing can give you the absolute knowledge because you are it. So don't wait to be given. Are you getting that? Don't wait to be given. That is why you wake up. What is you wake up? Like examples, but other things coming up, I'll tell you. Like, I'm the owner of this mala. To make me the owner of the mala, what should I do? Remind. How do you make you conscious? How do I make you conscious? The moment I say, you are generally conscious, but conscious of the world. Shift to your senses. Shift to your thoughts. If I say shift, listen, shift from the world to your body. Shift your Concentrate, listen carefully. Shift your attention from the whole universe, stars and all these things, to this planet Earth. Shift that attention to the ashram. Now shift it to this room. Shift it to your body, to your senses, sense organs. Shift it to your thought. Next, if I say shift, enough. Because consciousness already there. If I say shift to your thought and mango thought, not all thought but mango thought, you will be in trouble. If I say shift to your thought and I say mango thought, you will be in trouble. But suppose I say from consciousness, from your thought, shift. Not reverse. I am not the, since you have gone from the body to the mind, now to come back to the body. Shift, just like the shifting from, moving on. From your thought, shift. What should you do? Shifting is a job, huh? I don't know what to say. Okay? That is why yad drashtum avalambate, yad drushtam avalambate. One who takes what all is seen, heard, touched, tasted, known, avalambate, he is rooted there. Atmano darsana tasya kwa. How is he going to see himself? Because he is always lost in what is seen and not the seer. Whereas dhiraha tatra napashyanti, dhiraha tam napashyanti, dhiraha tam napashyanti. Yad drushtam, srutam, sprushtam. The wise man does not see, doesn't take this appearance to be the reality. What is that? All that is heard, seen, touched, tasted, smelled. That is physical body, the thoughts, senses. Atmanam abhayam pashyanti. They see themselves, they are rooted in themselves, which is abhayam, imperishable. Whereas drushtam bhayam kshayashilam. Drushtam nashyam. Anything that is seen, heard, tasted, touched, smelt will be subject to cancellation. Body is subject to seen, heard, tasted, touched, cancellation. Thoughts, you don't see it, but it's known, subject to cancellation. Cancel yourself. Atmana. That is why when you see this reality about yourself and how much importance you shall give to the appearance, as much as it deserves. Therefore, you don't worry about anybody or anything in this universe. Worry means what? Unnecessary, judgmental. Unnecessary, giving pain, anxiety to anything. You are reveling in yourself, you revel in somebody else also. So there, whatever actions, perceptions, changes take place in life, just changes. Whether it is sunshine or fog, rain, winter, jungle, desert, or human body, in human life, childhood, youth, old age. Now somebody is warming up like a sunshine, cold like a winter, cold and devastating like a winter, or very lively like a spring. The people can change appearances. The reality is space of consciousness. Therefore, you do not pass judgment on anything. It's like telling India is hot. India is hot, huh? In November, December also hot. Oh, Alaska, terribly cold. Not July, August. So one condition of the person you look and then you say what? Alaska is cold. India is hot. In Africa, everywhere there are animals. Serengeti, what is that, Masai Mara, Kruger, all these national parks, yes. Not that in South Africa, in Durban and Johannesburg, tigers and fellows are roaming in Africa. Is it so? Australia, never land. 3/4 desert. All over desert only. What about the Melbourne, Sydney, Perth, Adelaide, Darwin? What do you do in that? We look at a person, one thing, then you condemn the whole person to one perception. No, both are there. So do not take the appearance to be the reality. And once you are in tune with the reality, appearances are absolutely exotic, beautiful. Okay? So, such a person. Ko nirodha vimudasya. Yo nirvandham karoti vai. The person who is already in bondage of himself, we shall see the next class. Ko nirodha vimudasya. For the vimuda fellow is deluded, what type of control he can have in life? If you are under the control of the ignorance, if you are an ignorant person, you can never control anything whatsoever. Listen carefully. What is that? Mahadeva. Your health will disturb you as much as your disease. Your poverty will disturb you as much as your riches. When you are poverty, you are not rich. When you are rich, you are not rich enough. Miserable. When you are healthy, when you are diseased, you are not healthy. When you are healthy, you are afraid disease may come back. That is the ignorant man. No, there is no control for him. In a sense, he is always disturbed. As they say, if you have got anger, hatred, jealousy, do you need outside enemy to torture you? Your own imagination, your own taking of appearances as the reality is punishment enough. Whereas Swatmaramasya dhirasya sarvada aso akrutrima. Atmaramasya dhirasya. One is revels in himself. Atmani ramate. One who revels in himself. Dhiraha. Therefore absolutely satisfied, quiet, contemplative. For him all these things aso akrutrima. Absolutely natural. To be at peace, to be at rest, to be fulfilled, happy, uncompromisingly comfortable. Natural. Everything is beautiful. Natural. How can you say everything is beautiful? What to do? Natural. Sunshine? Yes, very nice. Rain? Whoa, fantastic. Winter? Another beauty. Spring? Fantastic. The fellow is so nice, he is dancing so well, or he is singing so well, wonderful. But that fellow sings like a donkey. Amazing. Why? Sing like a donkey. Try. The fellow who knows all the ragas of music, ask him to do an apasruti. Try. The fellow will commit suicide. He can't. He is so stuck on the discipline. He is so stuck. That fellow is incapable of singing apasruti. This apasruti fellow is incapable of singing sruti. The wise man enjoys apasruti, enjoys sruti. There was one fellow, brahmachari with us when we were studying 30 years, 40 years back. Wow, they are 72, 42 years gone. Wow. Can't sing for nuts. Anyway, I can't sing also. I can't sing, but doesn't like great apasruti. I can sing and I can chant nicely. It's okay. One day we were sitting down, Swamiji, those Swami, Bada Swamiji, Chinmayananda Swami, Chinmayananda Swami. We are in the temple front. All the Brahmacharis sitting, sing. I don't know why, because I was always smiling, laughing all the time. Bada Swamiji suddenly, you sing? He asked me, you sing? Naturally, I am saying, what nonsense. I just kept my smilingly put my face down because I can't say, no, I can't sing. I just smilingly put my face down. Dayanand Swami is there, he told, he can't sing for nuts. I can't sing. But there is And I don't sing. I can't sing, that I don't sing. One brahmachari was there, very sweet. He doesn't understand that he doesn't have a good voice. You will see. Oh. It is an absolute pleasure because hilarious. He makes such a possibility, like that he'll go and he'll continue. Then at the end of it, he'll ask for appreciation also. How was the song? How was the song? There was another brahmachari, he is now very old, maybe, he is one Chandramouli. He'll make joke out of everything. He said, when he asked him, how was the song? Oh, you sing, fantastic. But when you don't sing, it is better. He was a nice man. We usually go to Swamiji and before we go to sleep, we just stay there for a long time until Swami sleeps and then we come back. By the time we sometimes come back, me and another friend of mine, it will be night 11 o'clock sometimes. And we have to get up morning 4:35 for the class and all that, 5 o'clock. So when you are coming, he will be still working in the bookstore. Then I tell him one day, why are you working so late? Who is coming to bookstore now? Why don't you go and sleep in the morning? So you go, it's already night, 11 o'clock. He says, Arey, you are a baby, you don't know anything, because he was 10, 15 years older to us. And hey, you are a baby, you don't know anything. The sleep that I get in the classroom, I don't get anywhere. So funny. In a sense, I'm telling you, sir, with this knowledge, absolute, you enjoy the profound, you enjoy the profane. Enjoy the death, enjoy living. Enjoy inconveniences, enjoy conveniences. It's not a simple statement. That is where, when life brings you disaster, and you know you survive. Cyclone comes, so what? It will come. Flood comes, yes. There will be times when there will be no food. True. There will be times when people will appreciate. There are sometimes people may say, oh, it's useless. There are times when you have everything at your disposal. There may be a time when there is nothing at your disposal. But in both the times, you are at your disposal. No flood can wash you away. No cyclone can blow you away. Physical, psychological. Caused by the nature or caused by people, it doesn't matter. You survive because you are the truth. Are you the only one? Everybody is that. Akrutrima, effortlessly, naturally, at rest with himself. Even when cyclone is raging, you are the eye of the cyclone. Whereas ignorant person, there is no control of any kind. Now he is angry. Anger goes, he is hateful, jealous. The smile becomes an accident between the miseries. Soon his ignorance takes over. Forgetfulness, like sleep, is his only bliss. Forgetfulness, like the sleep, is his only escape. Rest of the time, miserable. For the wise person, nothing is an escape. All times are happy with himself. Sleep comes, beautiful. Wake up, fantastic. Oh, I cannot sleep, I don't know what is going on. What is this? If there is no sleep, what is going on? Awake. What is going on? Mind, be yourself. Effortless. Okay? We shall see next class. Close your eyes. Thank you, friends.